Well, good morning, y'all. It's LA Appliance Guy. How you doing? Let's get a refrigerator looked at this morning. Ba-boom. Purdy Whirlpool. Look at what we got here. A nice Whirlpool refrigerator. But look at that. A friggin' line tap. Plugged it in, it's not cooling at all. It's a nice little box. What is it? 2017 WRT318FMDB02. Alrighty, let's take this baby off of here and fill the hole in, because this is a guaranteed leak. This unit never changed temperature. It did not have any gas in it at all. This piercing valve here did not look to be leaking, so we might have a Freon leak and they just been shooting some gas in there. Who knows? But we're gonna fill the hole, and then we're gonna put our Schrader valve, our process tube right there on the stub, and pump it up and see what we got. It could be a bad compressor not pumping, or it could be a leak. I'm thinking leak, of course. Alrighty, Jaya Jipata. Whoop. Time to pump up the jams. Pump up the jams. Pump it up just a little more. I put it on about 200, and we'll give it a little bit. Yep. Oh yeah, we got a leak. Dropping pretty fast too. All right, got it pumped back up. Let's get this back out. All right, sometimes they in here. Sometimes they leak in the walls. How many screws do you need? Obviously 500 freaking thousand. Ridiculous. They used to only put one screw in these back walls, maybe two. I mean, they're pretty much wedged in there. But if they're froze up, it's a pain because there's styrofoam behind this, and I break it every time. I got it pumped back up to 250. This thing leaked down pretty quickly, so if it's leaking in here, we might see it. Come on. Come on. Yep, there it is. Copper to aluminum. Right. See if we can get to the leak. Oh, sucker. Come on, where you at? Right there. Little boo-boo. Little boo-boo. That evaporator is $250. Don't think they'll want to put a new evap in there, but they might want a redneck fix it. All right, we're gonna sand and rough up this aluminum real quick and then clean it up with some acetone. We're gonna try and patch it for him because it's just gonna be a backup for his rental. Here's a secret. Acetone is not just for my fingernails. oils or coil cleaner all on it. Dirty. Yeah. All right. So yeah, this is not a 100% fix. They do not want to put a $250 evaporator in here because with the labor would be almost $650. So we are redneck fixing this. I've done this before and it's worked. Back in the sickness days, we couldn't get an evaporator for one of those expensive thin twin Whirlpools, and I did this and it lasted 3 years. So let's give it a go. All right, pull a quick vacuum. Yeah. JB Weld time. Boom, bam. Alrighty, we're gonna take our redneck 2-part epoxy and mix them together real good like and slather it on there. We got a vacuum sucking on it slightly too. But yeah, I'm up front with the customer with this. Like, I cannot guarantee it. I'm gonna pressurize it and make sure it's not gonna leak. And we've had them last years like this. But like I said, back in the Covine days, when we couldn't get an evaporator for an expensive box, we did this. He brought it back to me 3 years later, and then it had a leak in the evaporator right where the JB Weld was. And I could get the evaporator. So we went ahead and swapped it out and fixed it 100% for him. But that redneck fix lasted 3 years before he had a problem. When I first tried this, I used the tiniest little bit and I just slathered it right where it needed to go. Nowadays, I use a lot and I cover the whole pipe. And it should be good to go. It's either this or throw it away. And he was fine with trying this. I mean, shoot, they were already just shooting Freon in there, allowing it to leak out. So come on, this is even better than that. That was a little much, but it's better to have too much than not enough. So we'll let it sit in a vacuum for a little while and set, and then we'll take it off. So probably let it sit overnight. Alrighty, let's cap this baby off, and hopefully we're still in a vacuum in the morning. See you in the morning. Well, good morning again, y'all. Let's see what our fridge is doing. Fingers crossed our redneck fix is holding. We're gonna pump it up to about 150, not all the way up to 200 or 250, and we'll see if we got any bubbles up there. If not, we're good. For years, this is not 100% fix. It's a redneck fix. So let's do it. All right. Let's see. All right, are we still in a vacuum? Let's see. Nope. All right, let's see if we got any bubbles today. All righty, moment of truth. Don't see any bubbles. All right, we'll just let it sit. Make sure. Cool. No leaky peaky. Alrighty, you know what time it is. Time to suck it up. No, we're gonna I should put a dryer on it. Yeah, let's put a dryer on it. A leak up there with all that moisture and ice and water. Yeah, let's put a dryer on it. Coffee first. Safety second. It's really the proper thing to do anytime you bust into the sealed system. Sometimes I don't do it though, if it's not a burnout or it's not a leak in an area where there's water like a drain pan. But here I'm just cutting the cap tube off, and you saw me break it open, so there's a nice hole there. And we're gonna get our new D111 dryer, and I always break the high side stub off because it just gives me more room to work. And we're gonna swedge the end so we could slip it right over this 3/16 coming out of the wall. It's steel to copper, but I got me some flux, so it's nothing to it. Flux and a little sanding, and it will solder right on up. But I do need to get me some new torch gauges and all that, because man, this thing has been acting stupid, and it's leaking at the gauges on the oxygen side, I think. But we're just gonna slip it on there and then push it on in, and I'll put some flux on and then get it hot and put some 15% on it. Then the rest of it is copper to copper, which is nothing. Just get it red and drop a little bit on there and you're good to go. But I love these little boxes here. They're really good, but they're known to get leaks right there where the copper goes to aluminum in the evaporator and in the walls too, but we don't have that here. Check for bubbles, check for bubbles, check for bubbles. Nope. Flux for the win. All right, now we suck it up. Suck it up. It's so funny. I'm gonna get so much hate for this in the comments, but you know what? I've done this many times before and it works. And it lasts years usually, so we're okay. Just slapping the back in there in the ice maker and we'll get it going. It's time for the juice. Pumping it on down. Oh yeah, we sitting good now. Let's see what it does. So, I haven't opened it in a minute. Let's see. About 5. Yeah, looking good. So you know we made it to the end of the video on that beautiful, beautiful redneck fix right there on that Whirlpool. And you know what the keyword has to be today? Yeah! No, I wouldn't let it go if I didn't think it would last him a while. This fella has multiple rental houses. He'll probably use it, move it, might sell it, house with it in there, who knows. But he's always looking for plain Jane refrigerators just like that and plain Jane stoves. So it's either chunk it or patch it, because $650 is not gonna happen with this thing. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Just a friggin' yeehaw. Y'all have a great day. Redneck. Later. It's so funny. I am gonna get so much hate in the comments from the master techs out there. That's not a repair. That's not a fix. That's not how you fix this. Blah, blah, blah. Literally said this is not how you fix a leak in an evaporator. But it's a patch and it actually works. Okay, and then they're gonna come with like, you could use the AlumaWeld, the green stick. Nah, I've tried it. I can't get it. This has worked. So sorry, master techs. It's either chunk it or try this, because they're not gonna put that expensive evaporator coil in it. So it's just a cheap fridge. And I told him, he said, but you can't guarantee it. I said, I'm not gonna let it go if it's leaking. It already had a leak on it with the tap there, shooting Freon in there every couple of weeks or however long it was lasting. Now you have a new filter dryer, so there's no moisture in there, and we patched it. Give it a go. Or I'll pull the compressor out and the fan motor and you don't owe me anything. And he said, let's fix it. So yeah, that's what we did. We rednecked and engineered it. But I'm going to get so much hate. At least I changed the dryer. I almost left it just for the heck of it, just for the flack in the comments. But now, hopefully it lasts for them. It should. Like I said, back in those COVID sickness days, the worldwide sickness, we couldn't get a coil for a refrigerator. And the guy was like, well, I can't get a replacement refrigerator. They've said months. So we patched it and it worked. So we'll do it. But yeah, and then he brought it back like 3 years later, literally, and it had a leak around where the epoxy met the aluminum. And I said, guess what? We can get the coil, fix it properly. Done. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Just a plain Jane fridge. You know I love them. Have a great day. Watch this one not last a month. But can I get a yeehaw? Y'all have a good one later.